Hi, I'm Sweet Sylvanians, and I make videos about Sylvanian families, also known as Calico critters. And today I have news of a few revamped families, some new books coming out, as well as a keyring and craft kit. So firstly, and most recently, the Cottontail rabbits are getting a makeover with some new fancy clothes and have some newborn triplets for the first time. These are part of the 40th anniversary, which Epoch is now calling the global 40th anniversary as we head into 2026, and the family comes in an anniversary branded box. The Cottontail rabbits were first released in Japan in 1999, so are an older family I guess, and I always associate them with yellow because of this series of outfits. My Cottontails are this version from Flair, and what I think of as the very traditional style of outfits, with mother's removable apron and the ribbon ties on that and the daughter's dress. But they've had an upgrade to these clothes now, which have more of a through line in design. The girls' dresses are more fancy and have multiple layers and puff sleeves. I like the landscape print on Mother Sorrel's skirt, which includes the red roof cottage, and daughter Willow has some cute daffodils and clouds on hers. Aaron is the father, and he also has a cloud print on his shirt and what looks like a hot air balloon on his tie. Brother Cromwell has a tree print on his shirt, but it's more of a print than the illustration on Sorrel's. He's the only one of the figures missing an ear accessory, so it would have been nice for him to have a hat like his parents. Willow's accessory is a cute white and gold plastic piece which fits around her ear and looks like beads. Then, moving on to the triplets, who are brand new to this family set. They're all wearing the same style of hooded gown, but in different prints. On the left, we have baby girl Bluebell, who is wearing blue. Her gown has a cloud print like we saw on the rest of the family. And that's similar to the other baby girl, Hannah, and she's wearing the same design, but in pink. In the middle is triplet boy Clover, wearing a green gown with a tree print like his older brother. It's nice that one of the classic families is getting some new members, especially after we saw older brother Lyndon last year. I wish they'd kept more of the yellow theme from the previous families, or more of a nod to it than just the baby's bows and willow skirt. Bluebell and Clover match with the rest of the family's names, which are all plants. Hannah seems like the odd one out, but maybe it is the name of a plant and I just don't know it. There's also this promo image showing the family in a garden scene, which is adorable, and they're using the Flora Rabbit's triplet wagon to hold two of the babies. The box is one of the longer celebration style ones, so we can see all the figures inside. And they are up on the Japanese official store for a price of 7,200 yen, or about 34 UK pounds or 45 US dollars. I'm unsure if they'll be available on Amazon, but I imagine they will get an international release either later this year or maybe early in 2027. They'll be available for pre-order from the 5th of February and then released on Valentine's Day, the 14th of February. I'm unsure if I'll get this family, as I'm not sure if my Cottontails will want to share their house. But it is nice to see them getting a redesign, as this is what I was more expecting for the anniversary. Bramble is also featured on the left of this new global 40th anniversary promo picture, which the brand seems to be using in various countries. We can also see the Biscuit Bears mansion in the back, as well as them, the Sunflower Hamsters and New Dalmatians, so suggesting an international release for all of them. I'm also excited about Moment Burrows, the mole in the centre, who I expect we'll see more of as the moles won the anniversary election. Next, I was looking on the Calico Critters website and saw some of the older families in new clothes. We saw this with the Chocolate Rabbit family when everyone but Freya got a new look in 2022, and also the Periwinkle Rabbits around the same time. And now that seems to be the case for the Bramble Hedgehogs and Walnut Squirrels too. So starting with the Hedgehogs, they've had a glow up with some more formal clothes compared to their old ones, and the girls have got some new flower headbands too. Mortimer Bramble actually has a full outfit now, rather than the dungarees with no top underneath. The new ones are a pale denim effect, with a cute pink patch pocket with a flower trim. He's also got a pale yellow shirt on, which has some sort of green leaf print. I love Mother Eleanor's new dress. It's still got pale yellow like her current one, but the addition of the blue contrast is much more vibrant, and I love the print on her skirt with all different types of flowers on. Abigail has upgraded her old style halter neck dress to a more flouncy one. It's mainly pink with the same bow detail as her mum, but with a more simple pink flower design skirt and a yellow ruffle hem. And finally, Maxwell now has a shirt and trousers as his outfit. The trousers are just a lemon yellow, but his shirt is green and fluffy, I think, with a clover motif on his collar. My hedgehogs are the older style, with Abigail's dress having ribbon ties, but I have always given Mortimer a t-shirt to not be so cold, so I like that he now has got a full outfit. I think he didn't in the past because it was hard to put on under the hedgehog fur, but maybe that's been improved now. The headbands on the girls are cute too, and matches with Peach's Bramble from the Bug Buddies set, who also has the flower band. I'm not sure what prompted this clothing change, but I'm glad it implies the hedgehogs will be sticking around, as I do think of them as quintessentially Sylvanian. The Japanese character site shows a different style of hedgehog clothes too, which look almost in the middle of the two other styles. These have been around since at least 2017, though weirdly I can't seem to find this version available on any of the usual stores. The Walnut Squirrel family are also getting a revamp, though not quite as dramatic as the Brambles. They're still keeping the yellow and brown theme, but with a touch more orange. So with the new design on the left, Dad Cedric has kept his check trousers, but lost his vest in place of a bow tie and suspenders. I did always love his outfit, especially the buttons on the shirt collar, but this new one looks more formal. Yardley will no longer have her little apron and gets a colourful tulip print skirt with lace at the hem and on the collar of her top. I did like the puffy sleeves of her old outfit, but the new one looks more summery. To me, Saffron's older dress is iconic. However, the tulip print used in her new dress and Yardley's skirt is lovely and reminds me of Liberty print fabric too. It also links to the teeny tulips which were on her old dress and maybe looks a bit more elevated. Ralph is not getting a new outfit, though perhaps his scarf has had a slight update with another shade of brown. I think this is because he's one of the core characters, so Epop will want to keep him recognisable, like how Freya didn't get a new dress in 2022 even though the rest of her family did. So overall, the Walnut's new clothes are definitely an update, but feels more familiar to their old design. However, that means I personally don't see the point in getting them if you already have the old ones. Weirdly, I only own Saffron and Ralph from this family, so maybe I will get them if they are released in the UK. They're on the Calico Critters website for $35, and I've seen American collectors post about seeing them in shops like Barnes & Noble, so they don't look to be exclusive to the official store or anything. One other slight update from the Calico Critters website is for the Highbranch Giraffe family. They're still pretty new, so don't need an outfit upgrade, but their accessories have changed to a telescope. Brie and Bran used to have a camera and teeny pair of binoculars, but in this version it is changed to a little blue telescope. This looks like the one in the Nursery Friends Sleepover Trio set, just in a different colour, and I suppose the telescope gives the same vibe as the binoculars and camera, just slightly different. I don't know why this change has happened, and if we'll see it for the Highbranches in other countries too, as it may just be a cost-saving measure for Calico Critters with the American tariffs, but I guess if you want this version of the giraffes, maybe don't wait too long to get them. Back to Japan for this new keychain. This was announced before Christmas, but gets released this month in January. It's Lucia Willow the standing deer baby as mushroom soup. Epop posted this cute graphic before they announced the keyring, with a little soup illustration, and on the box backing there's carrots, onion and broccoli as the other ingredients. But Lucia herself looks very cute. I like her little chef hat and the vegetable print on her dress. I'd imagine her legs are held in the pot with some elastic, and the pot has some illustrated mushrooms on the front. One thing I don't like about this keychain is that the hardware goes straight into her head. I always prefer it being attached to the hat or dress instead of having a hole in the figure. She does look cute in this promo picture with some green kitchenware too. The keychain is up for pre-order on the Japanese official store with a release date of the 17th of January. She costs 1,750 yen, which is about in line with the other keychains. The next item is another of the Whipple craft kits. This one is mint choc chip themed with a little seal flora baby too. There's a few types of keychains to make and they look like this when completed. If you've not seen the Whipple kits before, they come with a kind of air drying icing cream which you pipe on and use to decorate the items. You can decorate them in different ways and the image on the right shows everything included. I think Seal Flora and the macaron would be my favourite ones, and Seal's dress is adorable too with lots of detail. There's been a few kits like this now, and this particular one is up for pre-order for 2,800 yen, and it will also get released on the 17th of January. However, this one is more widely available and is on Amazon Japan. I mentioned some new books at the start of this video, and there have been 3 different ones released at the end of last year in Japan. The first one is this Encyclopaedia. Now when I heard that this was an encyclopedia, I thought it should have everything released by Sylvanian Families included, which is basically this 40th anniversary collection book, which I got at the exhibition in Japan. However, this new encyclopedia is actually more of a kid's summary book. It only has 42 pages and just covers some of the current families. I found this 1-star review on Amazon Japan which said it's aimed at children and complete beginners, and suggests having a collection of the mini stories which come with the families would have been better, and I do agree. However, this book is just 990 yen, or less than £5, and not that much more than the blind bags, so I guess you shouldn't expect too much, but maybe it should have been called something different than an encyclopedia, which implies a more comprehensive book. The next book is a search and find picture book, which has a really cute design on the front cover. Inside there are some big pictures of scenes with lots of things going on, and on the right is just a list of some of those things to find. It looks like there are quite a few different pages, all following the same format, which I think would be a fun activity with kids, so that is nice. This one costs 1,980 yen, so double the previous book, but it's still reasonably priced to me. And the final new book, also released in December, is another official sticker book. I couldn't find any pictures of the inside, but I assume it's similar to the other sticker books like this, which have scenes for you to match stickers to, as well as additional ones to decorate them. It's another nice activity and fun for kids. This one costs 1,320 yen, so in the middle of the others. I always like the books and think they're fun additions for children's collections, especially as they're not that expensive. However, the last thing I have to talk about is also kind of a book, and is expensive. So this is the 40th anniversary box. There have been other ones like this for previous anniversaries, and this was actually announced way back in spring 2025, but it's just been released in December for 17,600 yen, which is about £83. All that we had to go on with pre-orders was these type of mock-up images showing the different things included, but collectors have started receiving them now. One of the items included are these 3 babies in cute ruffly outfits, which were actually originally seen in a collaboration with Jill Stewart Beauty in Japan in 2024, and they're nice, but I wish the outfits were a new design for this special box, given the price. This user on Instagram posted the box, which has a beautiful design and almost looks like a book from the side. And it has some gold foiling on the front as well. But inside, it's just cardboard. Lovely cardboard, but to me it's not worth the price tag. This is available on Amazon Japan, and maybe I'd feel differently with it in my hands, but I'd just rather spend the money on something different. So that is a run through of lots of the new items which have been announced or released recently, and let me know what you think of them. The Cottontail rabbits are really nice, and I'm excited to see what more things this global 40th anniversary brings. So thank you for watching this video. If you like Sylvanian Families, then subscribe to my channel as I post videos every week about everything Sylvanian, including news and announcements like this, as well as unboxings, hauls and setups.